Many voters, especially those with school-age children, regard education as among their most important political issues. Many teachers, especially those in the 45 states where teacher salaries are below the national average, agree. So the question, should there be a baseline salary for America's public school teachers?
I think anything that goes across the entire United States like that is stupid.
What would your guess be that the national averages for public teacher salaries?
$60,000.
Very close.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, 61.
Most of the public school teachers nowadays have master's degrees, and it seems like $61,000 isn't a whole hell of a lot of money for a master's degree and the amount of debt you take on to get it.
I think it's one of the most underpaid fields in the country, and they have a huge task ahead of them. And with limited resources, having to work 2 jobs, a lot of them.
I think it'll draw more people to the teaching profession, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? Raising the next generation of people, intelligent with teachers who actually care about what they're doing.
It really all depends on the cost of living, where the teachers are, and also experience for the teachers too.
A lot of teachers have a passion, and I think that somebody with that passion in a job should be rewarded.
Which brings us to the OTR Roundtable this morning, and we have assembled our fine roundtable. We're joined by Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Rob Gray. Great to have you with us, guys.
So Elizabeth Warren emerged relatively unscathed from last week's debate, with just about every one of her 11 opponents attacking her. Noticeably missing were Cory Booker and Julian Castro. Marianne?
VP. They're gunning to be VP. Booker and Castro know they're not going to be the nominee, but the one to keep your eye on is Castro. Here's why. Last week we talked about the poll that showed Biden beating Trump by 27% amongst Latinos, but Warren only doing it by 16. She needs to bolster that. Castro would do it. They have a relationship, and she's only the second candidate to be invited to meet with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, which she did last week.
Is Marianne right about that?
Well, sure. The undercurrent in these big debates, or the undercard really, is the race for VP. So you had Booker and Castro being nice and hoping to get picked. But I'm not sure that Warren survived unscathed. I mean, she had not a great night. Her not being able to pay for a government-run health care scheme was exposed. I mean, I think she was okay, but there were definitely some chinks taken out of her as well.
Next item, and Rob, let me start with you. Well, us political junkies were actually watching. Most of America really can't focus on where they are because there are just so many candidates. That field is like huge. So even next month's debate is limited to what, 6 or 8? Even if it's limited to 6 or 8, is it too much of an insider's race for too long? I mean, is this too much?
So I don't think it is, because I think there were too many candidates up there. And really, early debates are the pregame, okay? The real game starts when these candidates start advertising on television more and more in Iowa, New Hampshire, and the early primary states. That's upcoming, and how they attack each other or don't attack each other is really what's going to shape the race more than debates.
It's a pregame show, Marianne? Is that what it is?
Well, look, it's been a 3-person race really for months now. It's always been Biden, Sanders, Warren in some order combination there. And look, we're only 106 days out from the Iowa caucuses, 113 days out from the New Hampshire primary. I think less is more. Better questions would always help, for sure. 3-hour debates that go to 11 o'clock. I mean, it's tough. But they could do...
And fewer candidates on the stage might...
I think, look, we're at that point where it should be fewer, because really, they're only one of 3 people who are going to be the nominee at this point, and we know it's either Biden, Sanders, or Warren, and right now you've got to say Warren has the advantage.
So I'm not so sure, I mean, that it's a 3-person race, and as this contracts and
but the
there's
polls
more...
say that, Rob.
Well, but if you look at it, there's always an outside runner here somewhere. At this time in 2003, nobody would have said John Kerry was going to be the nominee.
Do you see an outside runner?
He ended up that way. So I think Buttigieg or somebody's going to run. Sanders is starting to tank. Biden is already tanking. I don't think we can expect Elizabeth Warren's going to get the nomination with clear sailing.
You can't be as far behind as Buttigieg and others are at this point and expect to say that you're going to make any real movement. All the attacks the other night don't stick with voters because they don't have the standing with voters because they're so low in the polls. And Kerry was in the hunt. It looked dim at that time that he would win Iowa, but he did slingshot his way, slingshot into New Hampshire, wins from there. But you can't be that far out and expect to make that kind of run.
Let's turn to some local issues. House Transportation Chairman Bill Strauss, and we're talking about the Massachusetts Texas House is waging an all-out war with Governor Baker. He's accusing the administration of hiding emails relevant to the RMV investigation. Is this a blossoming scandal, Rob?
Well, it's going to have to go beyond the current documents that Strauss made public for it to be any kind of scandal. And I think it obviously depends on what's in any documents that we haven't seen, but it also depends on the legislature. In the last decade, they've shown no interest in investigating a governor's administration. They're showing some now, but will it really peak? Will the Speaker go along with it? Will the Senate President go along with it? I don't know.
Baker, no problem. At least this was Rob saying. Do you agree?
So here are the two warning signs I saw this week. Speaker DeLeo saying, we're not quite ready for subpoenas yet.
Right.
Bob DeLeo, as we all know, very careful about what he says, really never an alarmist, never says things like that. Then add to it the fact that it's Strauss. Strauss is not a rabble-rouser, grandstander, get me some headlines in the Boston Globe or anywhere else. And he's the one who's pushing this. He's a lawyer, legislator, very, very careful. I think those are two big flashing red signs.
We'll continue with the roundtable right after this.